And at the rear of the house where we don't have brick or we don't have the option, we will do hardy plank. And hardy plank is the best of the best right now. I think there's like a 50-year warranty on it from the manufacturer. KB warranties it for 2 years for any defects or anything like that. So 2 years down the road, if you see something that we missed or something's not right, you can call us, we'll take care of it.
Okay.
We use dual pane vinyl windows all around the house. It's a standard feature, and it's part of the Energy Star program. I'll talk about that in a second. We use vinyl windows, dual pane all the way around the house. Okay. On the actual decking of the roof, we use Tech Shield. And Tech Shield is, 10 years ago, was an option. Today it's a standard. And that actually reflects the sun's rays away from the house, cuts down your UV rays, keeps the attic cooler, and it prolongs the life of your roof. Okay? Keeps the house cooler as well.
Okay.
Okay? The shingle that goes on the house, depending if they upgraded, we use a standard 25-year shingle. Which is pretty much the standard that's out here, unless they did upgrade, and from there it goes from like a 30 to a 50. It depends on that homeowner. And I had to look at the options there. I didn't see it. They usually put it right there on the front page, but I didn't see it.
Okay.
Okay. We warranty it all the roof for 2 years. Although the manufacturer shingle is 25. If there's a defect in the shingle, you go to the manufacturer, not to KB. But we will warranty for 2 years for any leaks.
Okay.
99% of the time you get a leak, it's going to be coming from a roof jack. Okay, and we'll take care of that for you. That's just, it wasn't properly sealed, but very rarely do we have those. I think that covers basically the shell of the house. At the back door, we use a door pan. And imagine this is a door, and this is the threshold on a door. We actually have an acrylic pan that we put on the ground, and we put that door into that acrylic pan. That basically helps prolong the life of your back door from rot. It just breaks, it gets the wood away from the slab, which holds water, and it just prolongs it there. We won't have that deterioration of the corners of your door. He won't have to worry about it, your buyer. Because this is a covered patio option, your door is away from the backyard. It's recessed in, so there shouldn't ever be a problem with that. It's a good plan to purchase because of the fact that you don't have an issue there with that door.
Okay.
Okay. Questions around the house? Anything you think of?
No. It's amazing that they just ship them in now and it's not built normal.
Well, no, it is. Let me clarify that because that's a big question for a lot of people. When you go back in time and you go back years ago, 20 years, let's say, a lot of builders, and there's a lot of builders that still build, they call it stick framing. There's not a problem with it, okay? But it's labor excessive and time excessive. And that is that you first of all, you have to have a good framer. If you get a bad framer that doesn't cut that wall correctly, then it comes out not straight.
Right.
Okay? If you get, and then you think about the labor involved. I'll give you a better answer to that is when we ship out a frame, we can build a skeleton of a house or the frame of the house on a 1-story in 1 day.
Wow.
Okay? 2-story about 2 days. If I was to stick frame that house, it would take me a week to do that 1-story. Right. Okay? And so you see the time that of loss there, and then you have all the wasted materials. And I mean by a good framer, did he purchase the right amount of lumber? Will he need to go buy more? Did he cut all the wood that came out correctly so he didn't have anything that he had to throw away? This reduces also the cost of the material being used, which dramatically brings the price of the house down. So compared to other builders, we can build it at a very low cost. So it really does something. And when you build a lot of houses, yes, that savings comes back.
Right.
Okay, drink of water now.
Okay.
So it does really help, and a lot of the framers enjoy doing these type of frames because they are so quick. They're easy to go up. They've been stamped by an engineer, and we'll talk about more about inspections and stuff in a second. I got a little thing for that. but it does go very, very quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Inside the house, once we actually get the frame up and we put the shingles on, we're looking at what they call the dry end of the house. We're going to come in and we're going to install tubes in the walls. And that is your pest defense system that we have contracted with Home Team. Home Team's actually a subsidiary of Terminex, okay? Where this is their builder side of it. They will come in and they will install these tubes in the walls. You probably saw it down at the studio, the homeowner did. And what it is just around the perimeter of the building. Let's go back to this thing, and it's easy to look at. Over the perimeter of the building, we're going to install these tubes all the way around the perimeter of the house.
Okay.
Okay, and in the water areas of the house, like the bathrooms, because a lot of the bathrooms are off to the side right here. They'll bring in the tubes around that wet plumbing, because bugs like wet wood. That's what they go for. And so you want to be able to actually service it through pesticides through that. So basically they can actually service the house without actually entering the house, and that is through the side locations here. They'll run high pressure pesticide through the walls. So it's kind of a neat deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of KB Homes does that, and but let me clarify something with the tubes in the walls. It's not a termite prevention. It is a bug prevention. Okay, there's a big difference there. Termites live in the ground. Cockroaches live in your wall. Okay, so you want to get them when they come in, and you want to kill them. Termites is a little different. We now add Boracare around the house. So Boracare is a clear pesticide liquid. We put a dye in it so you can see it installed. So I know that it's been installed, and it's kind of like a greenish aqua color. And you'll see that around the perimeter of the house as well. And that they'll spray that about 2 feet up from the ground all the way around, and you'll see it when we do the pre-drywall meeting.
Okay.
Okay. So we don't treat any of the area around. A lot of customers ask about that. That's an option they pay for, and I don't think that option was chosen. But here again, we service the house, and that with the tubes in the walls, and then for later they can set up service, and then we will do the Boracare around the wood.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. Energy Star certified homes. That's kind of encompassing a lot of things. Energy Star certified is we were kind of the innovators in it, KB Home. We were the first to actually start coming in and revamping our houses and making our houses tighter, more energy efficient. We led that for years. Now the other builders are forced by legislation to do so. We've been doing it already.
Okay.
We knew that was coming down the pipe, so we initiated that within the company. And what basically that means is everything that we install into KB houses are energy efficient. Okay, we use radiant barrier, reflects the sun's rays. We install all Energy Star certified appliances into the house from Whirlpool. We have a contract with them to supply our houses. We also install Energy Star certified lighting, which now is all the LEDs. These ones right here, these are certified Energy Star, but we've now gone farther with these. These are ones that we were retrofitting in here today. That these spotlights are the curly bulbs. We're actually putting LEDs in, which are much brighter, much more energy efficient. So is it paying off? The homeowners are saying it is, because their electricity bills are $100 cheaper than what they just left. So it does make a difference. We also use a 14 SEER AC unit on the back of the house. SEER is an energy, it's an acronym, it's an energy rating. I always forget what that acronym is, but it's an energy rating thing. And basically it's saying that the higher the SEER, the more energy efficient the house is, and for its AC system. You go back 20 years, we were using 10 SEER, 11 SEER. Today we're using 14 SEER, so it's gotten better and better and better. That's pretty good for the industry to have a 14 SEER system. You can buy a higher end SEER, like an 1820, but it's overpriced. You see those more on like solar panel houses, stuff that are ultra high efficiency. They're very expensive. You don't see them on most commercial production building. Okay?
Okay.
But it's very, very, very good. I think that's it for the house. Any questions around the house?
No.
Okay. People always want me to talk about, this is off the outline that they want me to follow, but I always talk about it. Inspections. Everybody wants to know what should they do about inspections? Should they do it? Anybody, you can get your own inspection anytime. They work for the homeowner. We do inspections throughout the build. I'm not the only person building the house. I'm just one set of eyes. You know, we're gonna have a lot of set of eyes on the house. We go through an inspection process. We are inspected by a third-party inspector, and what I mean by third-party inspector, they do not have any affiliation with KB Home. They do not answer to me. We don't. I didn't hire them. I don't drink beer with at the end of the day with them. They're not my friend. Okay. They come in. The company, the corporate office out of California, hires them locally to come in and walk our houses. This third-party inspector is a third-party inspector that only deals with new construction housing. They do multiple builders, not just KB. They have a couple other ones that they do as well. They come through at the beginning of the slab. They basically give the nay and the yay on whether we pour or not. Okay, he tells me if everything is correct, and we go ahead with the pour. He will then come back and he will walk the frame on the house. They know that this is a wall panel trussed house, so they know what they're looking for, as in making sure that local laws are met, as in like wind bracing, weight distribution on the actual frame itself. They give me here again a nay and a yay on the actual build, and then allow me to move forward. If I fail on a frame inspection or anything else, it's just that they need to come back and see something additional. It's usually that's usually what it is. Wind bracing is a big one. Okay, they want to make sure that everything is to the T. So after that, after the frame, they go to the final inspection on the house. They're going to look at the mechanicals in the house. The overall, is everything working correctly? Is the lighting working correctly? Is all the appliances in the house working correctly? Is the air conditioner working correctly? Is everything in order? Okay, that's one inspector. We have another inspector that comes in. This inspector is an energy inspector, another third-party group I have no affiliation with, nor KB Home. At KB Home, a superintendent does not hire the trades. Those trades are hired from the corporate office. We're centralized. We're a little bit different from another builder. We're much more efficient in the sense that I don't go hire my buddy to come and do something. We don't do that. I have no ability whatsoever to do that. So it's kind of nice. It's good for the homeowner because it really protects that person's assets. All right, back to the third-party inspector with energy efficiency. Here again, they come in. They look at how well the house is and how tight is the house for energy efficiency. They want to make sure that there's no holes or cracks or anything in the actual insulation. They want to make sure there's no deficiencies in the insulation, make sure I'm covering everywhere. They give me a pass and proceed or no pass, okay, and they'll tell me what I need to fix. They also do checks on the venting in the air conditioning to make sure that there's no leaks on the AC system. So when you're not sitting here cooling the attic needlessly. They want to make sure that everything's tight with that too, and they'll come back and do tests on that. They also look at the poly install, which is we install on all the cracks around the walls. We will install poly, and that is basically poly is a foam spray. They shoot it in and it foams out, and it creates a tight weather seal or air to reduce the air penetration going into the house. They're going to make sure that passes as well, and make sure that's good and tight. Our houses are so tight, we have to introduce air through the air conditioning from the outside just to get fresh air into the house. So it's very, very tight. Once we pass that inspection, he will come back at the final, and he will do a final, and it's called a blower door test. and he's going to pull a vacuum off the actual house to make sure that it's airtight. If there's something there that's not, it's pulling too much air, he's going to let me know what it is,
Okay.
and we fix it. Okay.
Okay.
We also get inspected by the county, which is the utility district comes in, and they will look to see if, we don't install any lead connections or anything like that. Make sure that the water, all the backflow preventers for water are installed correctly in certain situations, and make sure that everything's working correctly. And that's another inspector that comes in as well.
Okay.
So house is inspected quite a bit. We also do a roof inspection through the installer to make sure that there's no leaks or anything like that. That's all paperwork we turn in at the end of the build.
Okay.
Okay. If the homeowner wants to get an inspector, I'm fine with it. Let me know. I give him those windows of opportunity for his inspector. If he gets an inspector, it is at his cost, and make sure, like I tell everybody, and I'll tell them, make sure he's qualified to walk a frame. Make sure he's qualified to. I've had a lot of people get guys right out of truck school that are not qualified to talk about code or anything like that, and it becomes a problem when I have to explain to the homeowner that they're not right. So it's a common enough thing that I bring it up now.
Okay.
So just that's that's something that he would have to, or she would have to discuss. But questions on any of that?
No.
Okay. Water time again. All right. So let me do my schedule. My schedule is Monday through Friday. The phone number that I call them on is I don't know. Do you have my phone number?
No.
I'll give you my phone number.
Go ahead. It's taping.
713-208-1757.
Okay.
Okay, and that's my direct phone number right here. Any questions, feel free to call me. I do a once a week phone call. If it's something that you can wait until that weekly update, that'd be great for me, because I will have the folder out. Your folder will be right here. I have my schedule out. I can answer just about any question you have referring to your house.
Okay.
It's much nicer. Most of the homeowners, they get enough phone calls from me on Friday that I can answer the questions, or I can fix anything that they have an issue with.
Okay.
So it works out really, really good.
Okay.
And I usually do it on Friday because it's before the weekend when everybody wants to come out and look at their house. This way that I can kind of cover what they get to see when they come out there.
Okay.
But you're welcome to call me and yourself if there's anything that you need. Mondays are a really, really big day, so usually it takes me a while to get back. We have a big meeting here. That meeting encompasses sales, the loan side, and the builder side, and we basically talk about every homeowner that's out here. And we discuss when the house is going to get done, what's the next step, and all of them basically, I'm the point person for all of that. I'm the builder of the house. I know when the house is going to be done. I know where we're at.
Okay.
So really a lot of times with my updates every Friday, they'll know exactly where they're at. They'll probably update the loan officers half the time off of me updating them.
Okay.
So, so if there's any questions on that, of course, give me a call. You got my number. If you come out on the weekends and you have a question, I take texts. I got kids, so I'll get right back to you as soon as I can. You can text it to me. A lot of people text, and take a picture. A picture says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I can go from there. Or if not, just go talk to the salesperson. There's salespeople here during the weekend. They'll be happy to shoot me an email. Just, hey, contact the homeowner, and so we can set up a time or something.
Okay.
Okay. I'm easy to get a hold of.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. Next questions on that. Okay. I do so many of these that I cover. I usually cover everything. If there's anything, talk to them. There's a form in there, questions about your home. You're welcome to go and fill it out, and I'll respond to that as well.
Okay.
But usually most people just call me. I think I covered everything. Let me see. Oh, we meet roughly 4 times the build. None of them are required except for the last one. That's the final sign off. The final sign off, and I'm telling people now, is when you sign off that you're accepting the house and you're going to go to close. I cannot, and this is for a realtor too, is that under policies of the company, I can't walk a house if it's not internally signed off with the company, meaning that all the inspections are turned in, everything is ready, and this house is complete. I can't set up any walk. But we will meet officially 4 times, a construction meeting, a frame meeting, and then we'll meet to do a blue tape walk, which is basically, blue tape walk is kind of funny. They always said that the homeowner gets an opportunity to walk in there. It's usually my punch period when I'm punching the house out. The house is not complete, but it's just a walk with the homeowner. If there's anything in there that they need to talk to me about, a lot of times it's like, I got a corner with bad texture. We'll fix it for you. I want them to identify it. If it's something I would have said it was acceptable, but maybe they can't sleep at night because they're looking at it and they want me to do something with it. That time we could put a blue tape on it and take care of it.
Yeah.
So, and that's something we'll go through. And then of course the final.
Okay.
Okay. And then I don't schedule that final until we are complete internally with the house, that all paperwork is sent into the main office and satisfied. A lot of times the loan people start calling you, hey, you need to get a walk this house, you need to sign off on this house. You can't do anything until all the inspectors have gone through and the county has gone through and all that before we can actually do a walk.
Okay.
That's company policy. So when I sometimes say that I can't walk you until this is satisfied, it surely is I can't walk you until I'm satisfied. So I pass that on to everybody now. Last but not least, we'll do, throughout this whole process, you're going to get surveyed, and you'll be surveyed at the drywall portion of it. You'll be surveyed at the close. You'll be surveyed at the 30 days after you close, 6 months, and 10 months. And then they do there's another one, I think, after 2 years or something like that. Throughout that process, we want to see if the homeowner is happy. And it's our goal to make that homeowner happy. We do we have that's what this pin's for. We have this program, TENS, and that is that we've done everything that we said that we were going to do. In fact, I have a sheet. I'm going to give it to you. I got to find it here. It's right back here. I thought I saw it, but here it is. And it's the Just Say 10 commitment, which I'm going to sign for you and give to the homeowner. You can take that with you once I sign it. And what this basically is what's the date today? Today's June
28th.
28th. God, time's flying.
I know it.
And what this basically is just a commitment to you, the homeowner, that we were going to say what we said we were going to do. We're going to build you a house in a timely fashion and get it done and get it to your liking. And in that time, we asked for a 10, and that is and then we'll hear about it more. It's very important that we're evaluated on it, and this is not something that just is taken lightly. These are reviewed by our president and vice president for the area. To us, a 9 is failing, and they will question me on it. A 9 is failing. We didn't do something right. What happened? So we want to fix it for you. So that's the commitment of the 10, and you can go through that and you can give that to your homeowner. We'll hear about it again, of course, throughout the process. If there's any questions, of course, you can call me on it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're about done. I think I've discussed about everything. Any questions from you?
Nope. None from me so far.
Okay, then let me ask a couple questions here. This is his phone number. This is Mr. Alex's phone number, right?
Yes.
281-467-0975.
Yes.
That's his.
Right.
Okay. I guess he's the contact person. We do once a week phone calls. I'll call the homeowner. What is your phone number? I'm gonna put realtor.
It's 281, or you can call
I'm
it.
put here realtor. 281
732
732
6883.
6883, and it's Deb. I put this in my file. I'll keep your card, but I put this in. It's a much easier, quick reference.
Gotcha.
So right now I'll be calling him. I don't know. You're welcome to call me as well, because you're his realtor. If you want any updates, you can call me directly, and I'll give you updates. Until he tells me to call you. I know there's some owners that say, I'll call my realtor and update the realtor if you want to be a part of that and do that weekly call with him. But either way, it's important that I tell you that because there's a question on our deal. Was the homeowner contacted on once a week, and I want to make sure that someone is contacted once a week just so we know where the house is at.
Okay.
So it's very, very important. And that's it. Outside of that is just going over some options. I mean, a lot of this is pretty straightforward. 42-inch cabinets, gutters. I don't see anything structural that I need to point out. Brick front with sides, 9-foot plate. Pretty straightforward. There's nothing in here it's structural that I'm going to have to discuss. A lot of these fixtures, garage door openers, we'll see all that towards the end, and so elevation F is what we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You want a gas stub at the back patio. It's right here, gas stub.
Okay.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, it's written here.
Okay.
Okay, that's it, really. Questions?
No.
Okay.